All right, so let's talk about a couple things. My buddy hit me up with some cheese, man, and I just figured I might as well just share it because we talked about it. I'm like, fuck, I don't know, this is an interesting situation, and I'm gonna just ask YouTube about it. I'm gonna just be like, ask Wheezy, and I'm just gonna like, so I'm gonna read out what he sent to me, like the beginning part, and if you guys got stuff to send out, and I'll read it out, and if you want it anonymous, I'll make it anonymous. You know what I mean? And then I'll put on some clips and whatnot, maybe things that will help with the conversation. All right. So it starts off like this. So my dad's losing his home. The situation was bad when the Pajaro levee gave out and the town was flooded and had to evacuate. Well, when they were allowed to come back, the dude was met with the new homeowner of the house. So Pajaro flooded, and after the flood, he came back. Well, he was met with the new owner of the house, who didn't know she had the property. Around 2002, the dude rented the entire house, entire four-bedroom house for $650 a month, and paid the rent to an older couple who eventually moved to Mexico, and he kept sending that money to Mexico till this day. So I guess they were living off that money in Mexico. Well, it turns out that the new owner was amazed she had the home after the floods, right? And was like, "Oh, that money, don't worry, I'm just gonna have to raise the rent for you. 650 is too cheap." Um, and then the next day, I guess after the whole thing settled down, she hit him with, "I need you out by the next month. So I need you out in a month." The very next day, probably after the rest of the family and her kids were like, "That's my house that you promised me." So yeah, so now he doesn't know what to do. I guess the older guy, the dude's his dad's friend's illegal, and from my understanding, the guy has had he's already had kids. He has adult kids, right? Born here. So I was trying to tell my kid, like, or my boy here, um um they have rights, bro. Like, maybe the guy doesn't have rights, like, because he's not really a legal guy or not a resident and whatnot. But those kids have rent, and those kids aren't kids no more. They're adults. You know what I mean? And I mean have rights. Sorry, those kids have rights. So from my understanding, they got at least 3 months, and then from my understanding, like from the whole COVID thing, there's people that haven't even paid rent since COVID started. Right? There's like squatters because of COVID. Since COVID started, they have not been paying rent. They haven't even gone back to work, right? I don't know if they've gone back to work, but there was this huge thing about people not paying rent after COVID and whatnot and living rent free. Um, but yeah, so I don't know if you guys know what's up. If you guys have any tips for my boy here, it'd be great. But let's just pretty much watch what's happened to Pajaro recently, and then, like, I'm pretty sure, like, the person got a note in the mail of you're like the property owner, or I'm thinking the lady got a note in the mail for the older couple, maybe the wife or the dad or whatever the hell. And she's all like, "What? They're getting mail here." And they opened it and they read it and they're like, "Oh, I got a house." So she went quick to go check on that house. But yeah, let's see what is happening to Pajaro, right? So yeah, this is the school right here. This is Pajaro Elementary. I mean middle school. Sorry. That's the bridge. That's the levee. Flooded. All that is flooded. Look at that. That's crazy. That is crazy. So yeah, dude.
Break in Monterey County that flooded the community of Pajaro, and now, a week later, tensions are rising between residents and local leaders.
From KTVU Fox.
Hey, one of them might have been the guy, homie. The homie, the home. What is it? The homie's dad's homie. But yeah, look, it's just crazy what's going on in Paro, or I don't know how it is exactly right now.
Frustration there today, marking 1 week since numerous rounds of heavy rain pushed people from their homes in that community there in Monterey County. And this afternoon, those affected by the devastating floods talking with county leaders to discuss the way forward. Welcome, everyone, to the 4 on this Friday afternoon.
So just imagine, like, after this whole flood thing or whatever, you know what I mean? After the whole flood, you're allowed to go back to your home, and then when you get to your home, someone's all like, "Wait, this is my house. Oh, I'm about to raise the rent on you," and then the very next day, no, you got to get out by the next month. Like, what the fuck, bro? So like the dude's scared, right? And I can understand why he's scared, but in my opinion, like, the dude should squat. There's like rights. I don't know. I'm not a legal advisor or whatever the hell. You know what I mean? But I feel like that lady or whatever that just found out she had the property is kind of overstepping her boundaries. You know? And if push comes to shove, that guy should just literally not budge, you know? And especially in Pajaro, where it's in crisis mode right now, you know what I'm saying? So I don't even think the sheriffs will probably do much about it, you know? At least not now. But who knows? Let's see what's Pajaro still closed 1 week after flood. And this was, which was this 3 weeks ago. So this wasn't this was in February or March. Yeah, this was in March. And it flooded twice, right? The first one was in January, and it was just because the water was just too big and it came off of the levee, and then the levee was compromised after there, and city officials went and checked, saw that it was compromised, and did nothing because to do work in a unincorporated part of the county would be fiscally irresponsible or something like that. So pretty much it's like, why are we going to spend money in a poor area? It would be dumb to do so, and they lost. And there's this huge conspiracy about why it flooded on the Pajaro side and not on the Watsonville side, right? Pretty much it was like, well, the levee's going to give out, and it's going to fuck up both sides. Should we just let it fuck up the poor side or the more richer side of Watsonville, you know? And then sure enough, the poor side, there's conspiracy theories that they broke the dam, you know? So imagine after all that, someone comes and be like, "Yo, this house, you got to dip. This is my house. Peace out. I didn't even know I had this house, but this house is mine. I got a letter in the mail saying that it was mine, so now it's my house, and you got to get the fuck out, bro." You know? It's just crazy to think, though. Like I don't know, $650 for a 4-bedroom house. I don't know. I mean, maybe the luck ran out or whatever the fuck, you know what I mean? But like at the end of the day, the dude's kids are American and they have fucking rights. You know what I mean? So yeah, pretty much like, what do you guys think? I was just kind of rambling on. I kind of like brought it back to the thing, you know what I mean? Because I saw myself rambling on. But what do you guys think? You know what I mean? What should the guy do? Would love your opinion. Would love what advice you guys have for the dude. But yeah, sad situation overall. All right, that's it for this video. I don't want to like to drag on too long or whatnot, because I could just keep on talking about bullshit forever. But yeah, sad, interesting predicament that this guy is in. If you guys have any advice, leave it on the comments. Make sure you give a like and subscribe. Thank you, everybody.